So Transformers Armada, right? I think it's really fun. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but there's still a lot to love about those brick dudes. They're all solid, have great gimmicks, mostly, and they're still great playsets for the minicons. Again, most of the time. But I think the most bang for your buck figure in the line besides Unicron has to be Jetfire. Bias notwithstanding, since he's my favorite Unicron trilogy character, but I still want you to follow me on this. I realize I just threw a lot of loaded statements at you, but what I mean is that for his price point, he's definitely the most you can get for your money. For starters, you've got this shuttle mode. It's absolutely fantastic. And are you ready for this? This is the best shuttle mode we've gotten in Transformers. Find me in the comments. Yeah, forget your Astro Train. This crushes all of his shuttle modes, hence probably why this was repainted into Astro Train. Also, on a tangent, that figure is gorgeous, but I probably will never own one because nobody in their right mind would pay that much for an Armada figure. I'd rather buy a family of 5 steak dinner at Ruth Chris and tip 75%. Besides, I can probably find it cheaper on Transformerland.com, the sponsor for today's video. Transformerland is the best choice when it comes for buying your favorite robots in disguise. They have stock that ranges from all parts of the franchise from Generation 1 to present day. You might see them on eBay, but one thing to note is it's 15% off if you go straight to the website. Also, they have a wide variety of stock photos that allows them to show you everything that a figure should come with. If a reviewer uses a stock photo, it's probably from Transformerland. Wondering what price a figure could fetch these days? Check their price guides. They're very, very reliable. And if you're after something specific, take a look at their stock updates. They're always getting in new stuff. Plus, they have collector's guides for you completionists out there and a mailing list. And the best part is, if you're tired of your Armada Sideswipe collection, they'll take it off your hands and you can trade it for something snazzy or just a payday, no matter how bad that figure might be. Transformerland.com, your home away from Cybertron. Links in the description. But anyway, this shuttle is great looking. It's the perfect size smaller two-man shuttle, even though they aren't necessarily shaped this way. The Jetfire colors look so good on a space shuttle. The red and black stripes on the white are gorgeous, along with the panel lines and greebling they threw in. That's one thing about Armada, the paint and sculpting never fails. Also, you'll notice these colors are a bit different. That's because this is the Micron Legends version, which just means, oh, it's the Japanese release. Oh. This usually just makes the figure look better in terms of the drab colors like the grays and dark grays that they use. They just look shinier and have a bit of a swirl to them, which I do like. As for features, we have his minicon functions with Commodore, who is a Mars rover of sorts and transforms into some kind of Joe Swanson variant of Roadbuster, I guess.
This is stupid. I want to talk about the joy!
You can plug him on Jetfire's wings and make sure Iran doesn't obtain a nuclear weapon. And you can plug him in up here and deploy more wings. Not too bad. And if you have 3 LR44 batteries, I don't, you could push his tail fin and he'd make these noises. Wait, that last one sounded a lot like a lightsaber. So, does this finally mean we have the first Cybertronian Jedi Master? Also, if you move his arms out of the way, you can use his cargo bay and put just about anything small in there, like a minicon, or you could take Mudflap into space and do the unthinkable. And of course, you can take Commodore and plug him in for some landing gear for Jetfire, which, yeah, that's really nice and functional. So yeah, that's the shuttle mode. It's really nice, very solid, and just overall a fun vehicle mode. David, transformation. The transformation, while predictable, is very good. The whole thing cracks open like an egg, then puts itself back together. The arms unfold and the legs pull out, basically. Then the wings fold up in a rather elegant fashion, which I really, really like. But you also have to make sure that you have that back flap pushed together or else he'll just flop around. And the head reveal is also very nice as well. In robot mode, I think Jetfire is possibly the most animation accurate Armada figure in the entire line. He looks excellent, especially in these colors. This is also probably my favorite head design of any Unicron trilogy character. It makes him stand out all the more from the original. And I really think this is where Transformers kind of put Jetfire on the map and separated him a bit from Skyfire. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I don't consider Jetfire and Skyfire the same character, like in terms of multi-continuities. I consider them separate. So in my mind, this would be Jetfire, and then this would be Skyfire, just to clear that up. The faceplate, the yellow eyes, and unlike the American version, the top of the head is accurately painted. The detail from both the inside and outside of the shuttle is shown here, and as we go down the legs, he's looking more like a Mega Man character. Now, some people say he's a little bit chubby. I disagree with that entirely. Yeah, he's a little bit wide, but you can still see his figure in there. It's just because of the frame on the sides that he looks a little bit round. Unless you forget to extend his legs, in which case he starts to look like Newman from Seinfeld. Now, as for his features, he can hold a chunk of his engine as a rifle, and you can also use that landing gear thing underneath him as a shield. That is weirdly shaped like a chest for some reason. Now, the articulation up top is kind of fine. The head moves and the arms move pretty well, and they're ratcheted, but the legs are a bit stunted. However, there is this. This thing having ankle tilts is absolutely crazy. But I guess we should get into the thing you've all been waiting for and why the articulation is so compromised.
Jet Convoy, transform! What is this? The Power Link! Transformers.
Jet Convoy, the combination between Optimus and Jetfire. Yes, it's huge. Yes, it's nuts, but I love it. However, it's not necessarily good either. It just f***ing stands there. I mean, you got the function of Optimus with his arms and the light-up hand, but Jetfire does 3/4 of a mitosis and just becomes pants. There's not really much else you can do here besides spread the wings out, but that's it. But it still looks really cool, and it's just nice to see it standing there at least. I mean, you can't complain about that part. And it's better than the actual Optimus trailer because that thing's a nightmare. And it's just a presence on your shelf. I mean, it's big. But overall, Jetfire on his own, pretty cool. He has a lot going on for him, and even though his robot mode isn't as articulated as some others of the modern era, it's still a pretty cool looking bot mode. And his shuttle mode is just to die for. If you can get your hands on one of these, whether it be the American or Japanese release, I would definitely go for it. And I would recommend him for the same reason that a lot of the G1 fans recommend the older toys. It's fun for those same reasons. But hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep growing your collections. Treebot out.